Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Steve, brought to you by SandyMushSmokeandCo. So today we're going to be focusing in on the Maui Wowie spice, and you'll see a close-up somewhere in here, I think. And basically, I was going to make fried rice today, but I wanted to use the Maui Wowie spice blend. So I adapted and I created this new recipe I've never cooked before called Hawaiian Fried Rice. I don't know if it's a thing, I didn't Google it, but I'm just making it a thing. And so basically it's just going to be pineapple and ham. I'm adding in green peas and red bell pepper just for color. We got the Maui Wowie Spice Blend, which has got some turmeric in it, some, what else has it got? It's got some onion powder, ginger, sesame seeds, cayenne, some wasabi. So that's going to be a fun little Asian fusion sort of thing going on. What else we got? Here's the ingredient list. So we're trying some new things this time. Instead of me chopping up stuff, we'll just do some of this. We'll have some old school analog recipe action. And so as I was saying, we got, what do we got? We got 3 cloves of garlic, and we got a thumb of ginger, peeled and diced. We have 8 ounces of ham. We have a half a pineapple, 1 cup of peas, and 1 red bell pepper. 4 cups of rice that was cooked yesterday. We're going to be frying everything in coconut oil, some organic coconut oil here. We're going to be adding some rice wine vinegar, some soy sauce, and some sesame seed oil. And then we also got 2 eggs here. And actually I added, we're going to be using about 2 tablespoons of the Maui Wowie Spice Blend. I added half a tablespoon to the eggs and some soy sauce, about 1 tablespoon of soy sauce to the eggs, so that the eggs have a nice savory punch to them when you eat them, so you know they're there. And yeah, so that's where we're at. So oh, and one sweet onion. So we're going to get down to it. All right, thanks guys. All right, so let's get down to cooking. But this time we're going to be doing something a little different. Basically, I pre-cut all the ingredients this time instead of the other episodes where I've been cutting everything while the episode was going on. I'm trying to mix up the flow of the episode and see what's working and what's not. So what I need from you guys is some feedback. Let me know what's going on and what you're liking. Do you like more of me, less of me? Do you like more of the cooking, less of the cooking? Do you like the stuff chopped up already? Do you like watching me chop? I don't know what the deal is. So you know, this is a conversation over time. So kind of let me know what's going on, what you're liking and what you're not. But today what I'm going to be trying is cooking in a picture-in-picture sort of thing while I'm describing what's going on right now. Through the magic of video editing, we'll bring in the actual cooking. So we're going to start off by sauteing the garlic and the ginger and the onion in coconut oil. We're going to do that for a couple minutes. Okay, so I'm also going to intersperse this with a little bit of commentary while we're cooking here. Fried rice is a great recipe for using up all sorts of different leftovers you might have. Extra vegetables, whatever you got. Like today I'm using the peppers and the peas. If the peppers and the peas were something left over, if the ham was left over from a dinner that you had. Basically any sort of meat or no meat, any sort of vegetables. It's all just a way to use up some ingredients that you have on hand. One of the keys to what I want to do here with this cooking show is really get people into cooking for themselves. And one of the drawbacks that I always hear from people is that it takes too much time or it costs too much money. And so, you know, it depends on how you're trying to do things. But basically, I think cooking is a great time to spend with family and friends. So like that it takes too much time or time away from the family, and that's why people are using microwaves or ordering out. Not to get too preachy, but that really increases the amount of chemicals that are going to be in your system, in your food system, in your food diet, is by eating a lot of processed foods. I always advocate for cooking your own food, and I see it as a way to increase family time, because if you have the kids or your spouse or your partner actually helping create a meal together, you're forming all sorts of bonds and connection that you wouldn't be doing otherwise. Instead of having them be in the other rooms or watching TV, you actually get to cook a meal together and enjoy that whole process together. And it's a great way to show love and show support and show community and connection. As far as cost savings, obviously if you're using up sort of stuff like this to make a meal, you could also, I'm using fresh vegetables here, except for the frozen peas. But you could use frozen diced vegetables, soup mix basically, that has carrots, onions, and all that sort of stuff in it already. Throw that in saute that for a couple minutes, then just add the rice and a meat, and you're good to go. So it's really a kind of a neat way to use up ingredients that you have on hand. It's also really fun for kids because they're used to fried rice being something from a Chinese food restaurant. And so to be able to create it at home together, again, just adds a little bit of fun and a little bit of novelty to the whole situation, which is really fun. Then we're going to be adding in the ham and the peppers. Saute that for a couple of minutes. So another bit of interjection here. We have everything sauteing nicely. And as I was saying, the ingredients, if you're really conscious about using leftovers, if you have some leftover protein and some leftover vegetables, the rice is obviously very cheap. You can really stretch a food budget by doing this. And you can have a ham roast on Sunday, make the fried rice on Monday, and then have ham sandwiches for lunch. You could have take some of the ham steak and make this, and really stretch out a food budget for the whole week just based off of like 2 days worth of cooking. After that's been sauteing a little bit, then we're going to be adding in, we're going to move that kind of to the side of the pan, and then we're going to add the egg. Let the egg cook through, and then chop it up lightly with the spatula there. You don't have to do it this way. You can totally fry the egg into like one big pancake, take it off, cool it, chop it up into pieces, and then add it back in at the end. I'm just doing it this way to save some pans basically and save some time. But it's up to you. You can choose how you do this section right here. But basically, you're just frying an egg. So however you get to fry an egg and scramble an egg, I'll leave that up to you. Then we're going to be adding in the frozen peas and the half a pineapple that's been cut up into like pea-sized chunks, or like pinky nail sort of chunks, the same as the red bell peppers and the ham. About a 1/4 inch dice. Okay, so the pineapple I noticed was getting a little watery, or get a little more moisture in the pan than I wanted to get a good crisp on the rice. So I've moved the vegetables out for a couple minutes so I can get the rice to saute in the oil a bit on its own, and then I'm going to fold the vegetables back in. That's about a teaspoon and a half of sesame oil. And about another tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can hear by the crackling, like I was saying, I wanted the rice to interact with the oil a little more than was going to be possible with all the vegetables in there. And I think that's a function of the pineapple. As I said, I've never really made it with the pineapple before, which has a lot of water content in it. So if you were just using regular vegetables like carrots and frozen peas and onions, you wouldn't have to transfer it to another bowl. You could do it all in the one pot at the same time. All right, and so there you have it, some Hawaiian fried rice, a little pineapple and ham, some peas, some red bell pepper. So it's very colorful, great way to use up some vegetables and some protein. All right, so that's about it for this episode. We have here our beautiful, colorful fried rice, our Hawaiian fried rice with the pineapple and the ham, green peas, and some day-old cold rice that I made yesterday. And don't forget, we use the Maui Wowie Spice Blend here that you can get at the Etsy store. You'll see the description over here somewhere. And just to give you again what we're dealing with here. So we had the 3 cloves of garlic, 1 thumb of ginger, 8 ounces ham steak, 1 bell pepper, 1 sweet onion, half a pineapple, 1 cup of cooked peas, 2 eggs, 4 cups of cooked rice, And then 2 tablespoons of Maui Wowie soy sauce and sesame oil to taste. So thanks a lot, enjoy, and see you guys next time. Don't forget to comment. Tips, tricks, if you're liking the different way of doing things, chop it up before, chop it during. Let's have a conversation and provide some value for you guys. And don't forget, find some people that you love and cook with them. All right, thanks guys. See you later. Love you. Bye.